Hello, everyone, and welcome. My name is Yong Pratt, and I am the chief dreamer and podcaster right here at Our Young Creators. And I am so very glad you are tuning in today because this is a topic that I've been thinking a lot about recently, especially in light of it being close to the end of the year, and I'm already dreaming up what's going to be created in 2019. As you are tuning in live, catching the replay, or listening over on the podcast, I'd love for you to let me know your opinion on this. Do you prefer paper planners or digital planners? Over the years, I've kind of had a love-hate relationship with planners. I never really learned to use them when I was younger, and then when I got to college, I saw many of my friends with the old school Franklin Covey huge, gigantic planners, and I would see them diligently write things in there and then plan things and pull that thing out every time they wanted to add something to their calendar. I, on the other hand, would buy some of those calendars, and then after a few days or a few weeks, I would get frustrated with them because they were ending up taking more time and they were a bit of an inconvenience because they were so big and bulky and heavy. If you can relate to those huge planners back in the day, let me know. Since then, I've tried out all sorts of different calendaring systems, different planners, and even some journals because journaling is something, honestly, that I would love to start doing. I just haven't taken the time to actually take the steps necessary to make that happen. So recently, I received an email from Brendan Burchard. And Brendan is someone that I've followed for quite some time now and have taken classes of his. And I really like his approach and his style. And he's all about high productivity and being effective with your day and being able to start your day with purpose and live your life fully. So when he sent me an email saying that his new planner was available for purchase on Amazon, you better believe that I headed right over to check it out. And I wanted to show you the planner on today's live because I wanted to point out a couple of things to you. I will also be doing an Instagram story later this week to walk you through the entire thing so you can get a sense of what it's really like. Hello, Candy. I'm so glad you are tuning in today. So good to see your beautiful face. Okay, so here is this planner. This is the High Performance Planner, and it's by Brendan Burchard. I am not an affiliate. You can go to Amazon and get this if it suits you or not. But I want to point out the first thing about this planner that I love. A lot of planners that are on the market that I'm curious and want to go get, they come in colors like black and gray and white and red. None of the colors that are my favorite. And so this is actually the first planner I've ever found that is orange, which is my favorite color, at least right now in this season of my life. It has changed over the years, but because it came in orange, it really intrigued me to want to look a little deeper because if I could carry this baby around, it's not quite so thick as like the Franklin Covey planners of the old days. It's definitely sleek and very light to carry. So the thing that really drew me to this planner, well, I guess there's a couple things. In the beginning, there is this assessment, and it's a whole life assessment. At the beginning of your journey here, you actually go through and assess yourself on different areas of life, including your health, your family, your spirit, your finances, and your learning. There's lots of different categories here, and you go through and rate yourself and give yourself a score. And then next to that is this page all about high performance habit assessments. So it takes these habits, which can lead to higher performance, and you get to assess yourself. So you get to look at things like clarity, energy, necessity, productivity, influence, and courage. And so then at the beginning, you get to rate yourself on those things as well. Then as you dive in to the actual pages, they're undated, which is lovely because I'm that person who feels guilty if I miss a day and don't fill it out. I feel like I've kind of wasted my money on things that I haven't used, and I don't want you to have that feeling that it's already dated. So up here in the corner, you can date it yourself. And then what I love is across the top, there's a couple of different things that you start your day with. So it's not a regular planner in the sense that you go through and just block out your time if that works for you. It also has this morning mindset. It asks questions like, one thing I can get excited about today is, if one word could describe the kind of person I want to be today, then that word is, and why did you choose it? So as you can see, by starting off your day with a certain mindset and shifting your mindset to be productive and to be positive, it definitely can set the rest of your day off to a good start. In the center of the planner, again, if you like having the time blocks, all the different times starting at 6 a.m. all the way to 7:30 p.m. are in there for you. So you can block out time there. You could probably also doodle in that space there, whatever you need to make your planner work. And then another thing that I really appreciate about this is that it combines the journaling aspect that I really want to get into with the planning aspect. So at the end of the day, there's a bit of an assessment as well. There's an evening journal. So we're journaling in the morning, we're journaling in the evening, and in between, we're planning out the blocks of time that we're going to use during the day. And then also at the end of each day, you're going through and assessing those productivity habits and giving yourself a score. So as you can see, it kind of becomes a game where you compete against yourself to be more productive, to be more focused on your goals, and really to keep your goals top of mind. Because I don't know about you, but I can easily get distracted and work on things that really don't add to the bottom line of the business. You know, things like designing graphics or working on my website. And yes, while they are important, they don't really move my business forward like a lot of other things could. Candy, absolutely. I will put the link to the planner in the link when I'm in the comments when I'm done. And again, I am not an affiliate. I just really like Brendan's work, and this planner is something I'm super excited about and hope that you'll join me in the process. At the end of each week, so there's 7 days, so 7 days that are dual paged. At the end of the week, there's a weekly learning review, and you get to really dive in and answer things like this. 3 great things that happened to me last week were: the main struggle I faced this past week was, and if I were advising or mentoring someone dealing with the same struggle, I'd advise them too. And what I love about this, it again, at the end of the week, you get to sort of go back, review your week, and really look for those ways that you can improve yourself from the inside out. And I think that's super, super smart to be able to take stock of the things that we've done during the week that are awesome. And if you're like me, I don't often celebrate wins. So this is going to allow me to come back at the end of the week and help me to realize that I did have wins throughout the week. And if I had failures, I can now go back and learn from these failures by framing it in a way that I would give advice to somebody else if they came to me with that same problem. And I think this is really, really brilliant. And then at the end of the week, you're going to go back to that assessment you took on day 1 and score yourself. Again, taking stock of all the different aspects of our life, not just our business lives. I'm definitely guilty of focusing a lot of my time and my efforts and my goal setting on my business. So I really love this journal and this planner in the fact that it's really going to make me take responsibility for each of those areas that I want to get better in every day. And then you go through your habits again, the high performance habits at the end of the week, and you give a score. And you can see week after week how your life has improved. And then fast forward to the end of the month, and you get to do a monthly recap. And then you get to plan ahead the next 60 days, the next 90 days, and write those big goals in there. And I just am so excited to dive into this. And in the beginning, I asked if you preferred paper planners or digital. And while I love this and I'm going to be so excited to dive in, I'm going to start at the beginning of the week because there are 7 days before that first assessment hits, or really the second assessment. I want to make sure I'm making each day count. What I'll do from here is that I will then go put things on my calendar that are my goals. And that's where this calendar, this is another paper calendar. It's one you can pick up pretty much at any store. We had some at our local grocery store. This one happens to be butterflies, which I love. I've actually mapped out the next 6 months of when I'm going to be offering new classes, when I'm going to be offering the podcast class again. So I have a little bit of a jump start on that. And this weekend, I'm actually going to take a couple hours after we set up all of our Christmas decor and go through and plan out the rest of my year. I'll really start with making sure that any family commitments or personal commitments go on the calendar first, looking at any conferences or places that I want to go speak at. Those are going to go next, and then planning my launches around all of those things. So that way, again, I'm taking stock of my personal life as well as my business life and planning times for vacation so we can work on developing and growing and getting better at the spiritual life and the life of health in our lives. So I am super excited. Once this calendar is fully complete, I will go into a digital planner. And my favorite by far is Google Calendar, and really Google everything. But I put all of my events, all of my deadlines, all of my launches, all of my family commitments, they're all color-coded, and I have times blocked out on that calendar. And I send notifications to myself at certain times of the day to help me remember to breathe and remember to do important things that when we get wrapped up in our work, sometimes we forget to do. Things like drinking water or going outside and getting some fresh air, or taking the dog for a walk. Those are all things that I put in my planner, and having it be digital and having it send me notifications is really, really handy. The notifications are not there to distract me. They're there to help me keep focused. And, I have quotes pop up on my calendar so that I am staying focused, thinking about the big goal, because sometimes I can get lost in the minutia of things or get stuck on looking at all the different shiny disco balls out there and getting distracted. So definitely taking the combination of the paper planner, the paper journal, the calendar on paper, and then putting that over in a digital calendar lets me really let those things sink in. I've gone through the process of writing them down longhand, dreaming about things, writing out the goals, and then they go digitally to help me keep track of my time, to really make sure I'm being the most efficient and the most productive throughout the day. Okay, my friends, I want to thank you so much for tuning in live today, watching the replay. If you catch the replay, go ahead and put in a hashtag replay so I know you're watching on the replay. And of course, if you're listening on the podcast, let me know that as well. If you had any takeaways, pop them down below or head over to Instagram and tag me at Our Young Creators and let me know if you prefer paper or digital planners, and share with me what kind of planner that you are going to be using throughout the rest of this year and into the new year. And I want to, spill the beans a little bit that we have something special coming up for Black Friday, Cyber Monday, something we've never done before. So I hope you love what we're going to be offering to you as much as we have in creating something special just for you. Thank you all for tuning in. Have an amazing day, and I will catch you right back here tomorrow with a special guest. Cheers.